Hello. I think this thing is on. Hello, Black Flame. Hello, Peyton. I hope you all are well. It has been an interesting time away from work. Yeah, work is hard. But hello. Yeah. I don't think much has happened since I was gone. I was only gone for like 2 days. But I can just like hop into things, you know. I don't know. I feel like I've just been super low energy from Saturday night. Also, hello, Rabbit Sensei. Good to see you. Yeah, low energy and like I think I'm still recovering, but I don't know. I also started training for my sprint triathlon. So I tried running yesterday and I realized I literally don't walk around enough. I am still work from home life. And for what that means for me is basically the most I have to walk in a day is from my chair to get more water. So even like when I'm doing my cardio and cycling, I don't have to be on my feet. Like, I mean, I'm on my feet, but like it's a very different muscle group that's used at the bottom of my feet. Like when I'm cycling, my shoes are plastic at the bottom so they don't arch and bend. And so I really don't have to do any like bottom foot things. And so when I went running yesterday, the bottom of my foot cramped up so hard. My cardio was fine. My leg muscles were fine, but the bottom of my goddamn feet were cramping. And it's like, this is what I get for sitting at home and going to maybe my refrigerator at most. And I really should incorporate more walking into my day. I originally thought like when the bottom of my foot cramped up, because usually it happens at conferences, like my shoes were just uncomfy. But no, I had some very comfortable running shoes and it was a bad time. Like it hurt. I mean, it didn't hurt a lot, but like I should probably start walking around more. And I will say this travel Zatsu, I did do a lot of walking and like I was okay. But again, it wasn't like the bottom of my foot was sore. Like whose arches are sore when you walk? Like that's just the last thing that should be sore. Not your calves, not anything else. The bottom of my goddamn feet. And I'm like, wow, this is where we are. It's also like summer now and just it's oddly warm. And I just sweat a lot now. So it's time and a half. Also, hello, Isaac. It's fine. This is where we are. It's great. We love it. I'm excited to train for my sprint triathlon because I tried running yesterday. I got like 2 miles in of running and walking, and then I tried to do a bike race. And halfway through the race, I'm just like, I cannot. These people are zooming, and I'm just getting past. And I'm like, I just got to sit down. So, anyways, I got 3 months to train for that. So you all are gonna get some. You'll get some races now. You'll get some long, nice Zatsus where we're chatting and hanging out because I don't know what else I'm going to do on my bike ride. But I think folks are rolling in. You know, folks are rolling in. Today's like the one day maybe they shouldn't be late for class. But it's okay. We'll make an exception. I'm going to continue stalling. I even brought my piano. But I'm not sure what exactly we're going to do at the piano. But you know, we are hanging out. I am still processing what it means to be a weeb, or varying degrees of weebery, or yeah, weebery, one may say. So yeah. And I got assignments. I got some stuff in. I missed an email and I'm waiting to hear back from them. But you know, things are going. It's great. I'm going to stall for like a little bit longer. Also, hello, Isaac's sister. Isaac, this may be the one stream that she does not show up and you'll know exactly when she should leave. Nothing, it's just the presence of alcohol will be discussed. So if she doesn't want to have that conversation. Yeah, like the whole thing was fine. Like it was great. I had a wonderful time. I hope the Bachelor had a wonderful time. But let me go ahead and switch scenes so we can get into this. I also need to do another music production members only stream. There's a couple things I want to do, like from scratch, start to finish, that I want to work on with members. So anyhow, travel Zatsu. I went to a bachelor party in California, and what that entails is one day we did Disneyland, and the other day was like random stuff around LA, which was very, very fun nonetheless. But it was a hodgepodge and collection of sorts. So with that, let's get started. This is basically everything that I did while I was in LA. So we like hung out around here and stuff and ate and stuff. It was great. Over here in Anaheim is where Disneyland is, and I don't remember the rest of it. We're gonna move on. But okay, so in short, the 2-day California shenanigans was Friday we spent at Disneyland. I did not take that picture. That is pulled straight from the Google images. And then on Saturday we did a handful of things. The Griffith Observatory, Thai Town, Santa Monica, Venice Beach, and K-Town. Now, what I will say is I don't recall a lot of whatever happens here and here. This is literally where I am piecing together. This is when I'm piecing together whatever happened in my Google Maps, my Google Photos, and whatever my phone tracked while I was mildly coherent. And so basically we started the day in Disneyland. Sorry, I should talk about the whole thing. So I flew out Thursday night, like Thursday at like 6 o'clock, and got to California at like 9 p.m. So it wasn't terrible. And I got home, got there late, figured out where to sleep, and then they're like, yeah, so we're gonna get up and we're gonna go to Disney at 5:15 a.m. and we're gonna get up at 5:15, and then we're going to head on over to Disney by 6. Now, I should also add, these people I don't believe they are the earliest risers. It's not that it's impossible. Like I've done like academic conferences with them before, and work conferences, but I don't believe these are the people who are passionate about waking up early. And I will say, even though there is jet lag, 5:15 a.m. is like my 8:15 a.m. It's still not a pleasant time to be awake, regardless of your time zone. Anyways, on Friday morning, I woke up at 5:15 PST, 8:15 EST, and I was like, I'm fine. Not really, but we're fine, and we're going. So, I also met the other groomsmen, and they were very, very kind individuals, and I liked them a lot. But we all got up, and we started driving, and good Lord, I when I flew into LA, I was like, where is the skyline? Like, where is this city? And driving through LA, I was like, good Lord, these highways are ginormous. There are so many cars here, like public transit. Anyways, this being in California for 2 days has also reaffirmed I do not like the West Coast. Like, it's just different out there. I've done time in the Midwest. I've done time on the East Coast, Northeast, and I will confidently say I am not about the West Coast life. Like, those roads were giant. Like, why are there so many lanes? Just take a train, you know? Groomsmen. For folks who are not familiar, in U.S. traditional weddings, there is a wedding party that has the bachelor and his group of men or other friends, and the woman and their group of friends. And so the bridesmaids, I think is the terms. I don't remember them. But basically, the bachelor and his groomsmen, they like for, what is this? Oh my God, bachelor parties, like they go and spend time and hang out with the groomsmen, the groom in whatever way like it is usually done. This, I was not anticipating a ton of alcohol. There was a ton of alcohol. Yeah. There was a lot more alcohol than I was expecting. Alcohol was not brought into Disneyland. I'm not doing Disneyland drunk. But anyways, Disneyland, even sober, is very, very difficult. But I was really thankful that one of the groomsmen brought their partner, and their partner and them are like very, very versed in Disneyland things. So when we navigated Disney, like it was pretty seamless the whole time. And if you have not gone to Disneyland, and like, I would pick up a Genie Plus pass. Basically, they started charging for like the traditional fast passes. It's a little upsetting, but it did help because they also guided us in some of the picture taking opportunities, which I thought was really cool. Now, by a ton, do you mean a figurative or metric ton? We will go with a figurative ton, but I can also say that when I came back and weighed myself, actually, I don't know. There was a decent amount of alcohol though, and we did not get through it all. And I'm not sure how the groom's gonna deal with that. So anyhow, oh my god. But wait, isn't Disney? Yes, Disneyland is very fun. Okay, personally, before I went to Disneyland, I went to Disneyland Paris, and I've gone to Disneyland before, and I find Disneyland to be one of the most stressful places in the world. The reason being is you have to plan out your schedule if you want to do exactly what you want. You have to wait in lines for like a majority of the trip. Like, Disneyland is essentially the happiest place on earth while you're waiting in line. Food is expensive. There's a lot of children everywhere because, of course, it's Disneyland. It is targeted at children. So yes, Disneyland is supposed to be fun. I don't find Disneyland to be the most fun unless someone else is there planning and guiding the whole day. And like, I am not there to fill out an agenda of whatever I need to do. Like, again, this is the groom's day, and we are there to spend time with him and let him make decisions. Or if he doesn't want to make decisions, we can make decisions for him based on whatever he decides. But I actually find Disneyland to be incredibly stressful. Although my past experiences in Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California, this is the Disneyland California, have been better. I haven't gone back to Disney World in a god long time. Like, it's been a while since I've gone to Disney World, and that one scares me. Disney World scares the crap out of me. Yeah, vacation maxing. Yeah, I'm still learning the whole chilling on vacation thing. So I would say like Disneyland is not the best of times, but I will say this time around Disneyland was a lot of fun. Now let me go ahead and give you the Disney schedule wake up. So again, we woke up at 5:15. We got breakfast at McDonald's. And Disneyland, no. Disney World, okay. Like, I feel like if you're local to Disney World, it's a little bit better because there's less pressure to like max the time that you have. But yeah, like visiting Disney World is like, it's expensive too. Like, it's an investment to go to Disney World and to plan it all out and like really, really enjoy your time, which is again another reason why I'm very hesitant to go to Disneyland, Disney World, etc. unless I can plan it for cheap. Which again, I think the cheapest Disneyland experience so far I've planned out is Disneyland Paris. And I also do have some comparisons of Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California here, since I did go to Paris, Disneyland Paris in January. And let me caveat all this with, I don't actually usually attend Disneyland. This is the most Disney adventuring I have done in a given time. Prior to my Disneyland Paris trip, I had not gone to Disney in many, many years. Can I say a decade? I have not gone to Disneyland. Disney period. Okay, that doesn't count. I did go to Disney when I was in Hawaii. My younger sister, Junie XS, wanted to go to the Disneyland resort, the Disney resort, and eat at a restaurant there. And also pick up Duffy Bear, who is like apparently well loved around the world, except in the United States. Yes. I have been to, I'm not like I feel like I am being portrayed as like I love Disney. I tolerate the franchise, and I feel like they've accumulated so many brands that like it's, it is what it is. But I don't choose to go to Disney except when I go to Disneyland Paris. That was the one time I chose. In both of these other instances, I had people in my life who wanted to go to insert Disney branded thing. Also, hello, the animator on YouTube. I simply showed up to these Disney things. It is the people in my life who enjoy Disney. Do I know Disney songs like the back of my hand? I know some Disney songs like the back of my hand, but I will say I am not the Disney fanatic. I just work here and hang out with people that I generally enjoy. Anyhow, the first thing that I did was we woke up at 5:15 a.m. Even though, again, EST, that's fine. PST, that's a rough time. And also, it's just a rough time waking up and it's dark outside. Who likes waking up when it's dark outside? Not I. Anyhow, I woke up at 5:15 a.m. I got my poop in a group and we went to get McDonald's. I have not had McDonald's in a long time. I have not had McDonald's in the United States in a long time. This is the first time I've had McDonald's in the United States since I had a Chicken McNugget challenge, which was about, it's been like 3 years since that McNugget challenge. Since that McNugget challenge, I now measure things in the amount of McNuggets that I can consume. So this is a complete sidebar. I am able to consume 60 McNuggets in about an hour. So that's about a McNugget a minute. But really the strat for consuming that many nuggets in an hour, or that many nuggets in a allotted amount of time, is to really stick them down your throat as quickly as possible with water. Because one, if you drink a bunch of, if you use sauce with it, the sauce does not help. The sauce just adds extra calories. You really just gotta get it down in there. And so you just nugget, water, nugget, water, nugget, water. It's a good time. It's actually not a good time. The next day when I had to use the restroom, I saw McNuggets. I smelled McNuggets. It was a rough time. I will talk more about bowel movements later. Zhuni is a morning person. Yes, I am not. I don't know. Okay, I wake up. My daily schedule is like I wake up around 7:15ish. I've actually been waking up at like 6:15 a.m. recently, or 6:45. I'm not sure why I've been waking up earlier. Yes, I've done a McNugget challenge. It's a time. But yes, I usually wake up around 6:45 and then I roll around in bed, check socials, and then I get up and make breakfast around like 7:25, 7:30ish. And so then I'm like eating breakfast by like 7:50. I'm at my work desk by 8:30. And then I'm working around 9, and I set my work times. Allotted work time is like 8:30ish to 3 o'clock-ish. And that's just like anything I'm designated working on, and then, or like, so people can reach me during these hours. And then like I also sometimes work on like my own content, or like I'm working on papers, personal fun papers. So anyhow, with all that being said, I woke up early to go to Disneyland. And we do what we can. My papa and abuela started collecting snow globes of Disney stuff when they first came to the States. Okay, also that's valid. Like I have my dad, when I went to Disneyland Paris, was like, "Can you bring me something Disney back?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can, but like, why, Dad? Why?" Like my dad doesn't like watch Disney avidly. I don't know. I just showed up. Anyhow, when we got to Disney, did you know that the parking garage doesn't open till like 8? And so basically, since the happiest places on earth, parking garage doesn't open till 8, you just sit there in the parking garage until 8 o'clock, and then they open the gates, or it's like 7:30 or something. Maybe it's 7:30, it's 7. I don't know what time the gates open. Anyways, we got there early enough where we had to sit waiting at the gate because they're like, "Oh, we're not open yet." And so you'd think we're the only people there. Nah, this is Disney. There was like a bunch of people already waiting in line, and we were all just chilling, waiting to park in the happiest place in god dang earth, or at least in god dang California. Debatable, actually. The happiest place in that god dang proximity of like 10 miles. We parked in this parking garage. This is not a picture that I took because this is straight from the website. Disney is the quote unquote happiest place on earth, but you can only do so much for a parking garage. Like, it's a parking garage. No matter what you do, no matter how you change the exterior, no matter how you change the stairs, no matter what pretty pictures you put in the parking garage, it's still a parking garage. It's still gonna be, I gotta look for parking here. I gotta park in this spot. It's a parking garage. You can't make it that happy. Anyhow, all that being said, we parked in the happiest place on earth, and it was kind of okay, I guess. It was a parking garage. We parked in the Pixar park, I don't know what else to say. It was a parking garage. Like, we parked the car. Anyhow, we parked, and then we took the happiest escalator in that area down. Okay, it's probably not the happiest escalator. It was a happy escalator in one of the arguably happiest places on earth. And we then walked on some of the happiest tiles on Earth, where we got to go to the happiest security check on Earth, where they opened my bag and checked for what I had. I brought a book, mind you, so I could finish reading during rides, but also I was carrying all of the water. I had 8 water bottles in my backpack to make sure the squad was ready for any shenanigans that day. And boy, was I happy when people started hydrating. Remember, folks, hydrate or dihydrate, or hydrate or let the person who's carrying all your water suffer. And so we went in the happiest security check on Earth. And then, oh, you can't see the happiest security check on Earth. Un momento. That's the happiest security check on Earth. Right there. Boom. Happy security check. We love happy security check. I don't know if they're happy, but then we took the happiest tram. Okay, the happiest tram as of that moment that was transporting us. We took the happiest tram that was transporting us at that given moment. And we took the tram to the happiest entrance. It was okay. There was a lot of people there. Also, hello, Undead. Yeah, we had an adventure, Undead. We god dang had an adventure with okay, we'll get to the adventure. But we waited for the gate to open at Disney, and then the first thing that our squad did, because we woke up at 5:15 and was waiting in line and parking and taking the tram. Someone had to poo, and you gotta poop. So we couldn't go to the ride that we had intended to at the very beginning, but I got some empty bathroom pics, okay? Look at this fine bathroom before anyone comes in and drops whatever necessities they have to in this bathroom. It looks very nice. And I did not include bathroom pics at the end of this stream because I'm not going to talk about the bathroom. Moving on. Okay, so remember how I said I went to Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California? I realized I can do like a proper comparison because I can do that because I've been to Disneyland Paris, I've been to Disneyland California, all within 5 months of each other. So anyhow, in Paris when I went, it was in January and it was snowing, but this is the entrance for Disneyland Paris and this is the entrance for Disneyland California. I liked the entrance to Disneyland Paris a lot more than Disneyland California. Also, Main Street for Disneyland. Okay, remember when I said I wanted to go to Disneyland Paris because I want to understand how Disneyland Main Street portrays U.S. American culture. Look, I actually followed through on that because I am able to compare Disneyland Paris to Disneyland California Main Street. Okay, I didn't just make this stuff up. I am an academic researcher full. I have collected data, I have provided photo evidence, and we can discuss differences now. And I will say I did like Disneyland Paris's Main Street a lot more. Given it was a brighter, more colorful day, but also the buildings just seemed more vibrant. I don't know, like Disneyland California seemed kind of small. Like it's, it was what it was. And again, like I'm going to say I enjoyed Disneyland Paris. I will say though, Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California are like comparable in size. I didn't realize Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California. I really got to find another way to say both of those. Disneyland California and Paris are comparably small, if I recall correctly. So I did enjoy the Main Street of Paris a lot more though. And then finally, a comparison of the castle. So again, on the right is the Disneyland Paris castle. And then on the left, we have the Disneyland California castle. And I will say the Disneyland California castle is small and disappointing. You can take whatever context you want from that. It was small and disappointing. Like, look at it. Like, they have a giant moat, but also, so does Disneyland Paris. Also, look at this castle. This just looks so much nicer than this. Look, I haven't even like a picture-in-picture, okay? Look how small and disappointing this castle is. Don't get me wrong. If you've been to Disneyland, like, and you've never been to any other Disneyland, this is really cool. But, like, I saw the Paris one, and I was like, small and disappointing. And so yeah, that's California. Here's Paris. Like, you tell me which one you like more, California or Paris. I think it's pretty clear who the winner is. Like, it's just more ornate it's just grander in design. It's just better. Like the Paris one just seems so much better. This got a dragon at the bottom. Dragon D. I'm kidding. I won't go there. I'm sorry. I won't go there. Hello, Kimberly. I won't go there with the D's nuts joke. But yeah. So, anyways, the comparing castles. I think the Cali Castle's the only one that looks like that. I hope so. Moving on. Okay. So when we got in to Disney Park, whenever it opens, I don't remember. We went straight from Main Street to Galaxy's Edge because we were wanting to ride the new ride, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. And I'm gonna be honest, I usually make plans. I was like, whatever you all want. And what they wanted to do was book it to Rise of the Resistance, and it was totally worth it. I've included some pictures along the way during Galaxy's Edge, and I believe Galaxy's Edge is one of the newest things that was developed in Disneyland, California. And I will say it is really, really cool. Anyhow, we booked it from here all the way over to Galaxy's Edge. Here's some of the views that we saw along the way. And I will say this ride was really, really cool. Even the line waiting experience was very well tuned to the rest of Disney. And I think some of the newer rides really immerse the participant in the whole experience of Disney. So along the way, like when we were waiting in line, they had like full replicas of the X, one of the X. This is from the recent Star Wars series. And like they had experiences where you could go through and like they had lots like this was a part of the line waiting experience here. And you can see throughout some of these rides how things have developed. And I think the next time I go to Disney, I want to do like a backward, like the most recent ride to the oldest ride, because the technology that they use in some of the newer rides, it doesn't hit the same as some of the older rides. Like some of the older rides are still very, very cool. Also, they did some crazy stuff, and we will talk about it. But also, look at all these clone troopers. Look at the goddamn gloss. This was, I don't know what kind of screen in the back, but it looked so realistic. Like, to get here, they basically bring you into a room, and they give you the plot of what is going on in the Rise of the Resistance. And the plot of this ride is, you are, you're supposed to be just like a transport, you know, but you're hiding people. And so you're captured by the Empire, and you have important people on board. And so your ship is taken. And once your ship is taken, the crew members are like, they yell at you. They yell at you in the most Disney way possible. They're like, please take a step in and continue walking through. We will not have any stragglers. And so you get to see all of these clone the stormtroopers just staring at you. The gloss is there. The room is cold. The ambiance of the space is really, really nice. And so like, even though like it does seem like it's a semi-severe situation, I stopped and took pictures because, you know, I'm breaking character here. And so the ride is really, really cool as it's a trackless ride. So, you know, all that technology that's going into like automated driving, basically you sit in an automated vehicle and it drives you around all over the place. And like it leans you into walls, like it takes you out from things. Like it's unlike in Zelda games where you know, oh, that's a wall that I should be going through. In this case, you don't know it's a wall that you're supposed to be going through. And so I think like the trackless rides do a really great job of building stories. And so there's a couple of rides here that are trackless and that are newer, where you build this whole immersive environment for the person who's riding. And I think what I really enjoy about these rides is from the moment you step into the ride space to the moment you step out, you feel like you are a part of the journey, which is, I think, is the biggest appeal of going into these parks, is that you feel like you are part of the journey and that you're in the story. Yes, so yeah, it's a great trackless ride. Like it also spins like 360, like it does some really, really cool stuff. And because it's trackless, I can also like just drop at times. A lot of really, really cool things. And also because it's trackless and like it's AI, I'm guessing it's like automated in some way. Like it's not actually like jerking your neck around. It's very smooth in how like it takes its breaks and it speeds up. It's really, really cool. I would like, if anything, the one thing that we did well was like, yeah, Rise of the Resistance. Definitely check that out. They did that in the the Disneyland Hong Kong Chinese Haunted Mansion. I will have to check that out. I really enjoyed my trackless ride experience a lot. And that was the one thing that I didn't get in Disneyland Paris. I think they are still incorporating this rideless track technology and integrating replicas and set pieces across the whole ride. And so I'm guessing that will start rolling out to other Disney parks, but this was a really, really cool experience nonetheless. I'm not sure how they prioritize what rides go where and how they're going to renovate and what technologies go into it. But this was super cool. I loved this ride a lot. It was amazing. And we tried to do it again, but there was just not enough time. So the next thing we did was at like 10:30 a.m. Aga's Cantina was open. And so this is basically a restaurant / bar in Galaxy's Edge. And so there's this little dude here, and this little dude is doing musical things, but he doesn't make sounds here because I don't know why. And so they had like actual drinks, and I will say right now, this is not where I got screwed up. I had a drink. I was a sophisticated Junie, and I behaved myself quite well. But I will say, going into this bar, it was really, really cool. Again, looking at all the set pieces around, it really immersed yourself in the bar. The droid was just super entertaining. This is the outside of it. My drink was something Mustafar related. It was kind of spicy. Like literally, it was a spicy drink. It was really, really tasty. And the little thing over here is like the spicy thing they put in. I think it was like a rum mixed with some other stuff. It was like nice. It was good for 10:30. And you can see like also in these set pieces, like they have like all the taps are decorated in a way that would come from at least the Star Wars universe in this space. So again, I think if you are a huge Star Wars fan, I would 100% recommend going to Star Wars Galaxy Edge because it does such a great job immersing yourself in the space. And I think that's what you're paying for with your Disney ticket. You're paying for immersion. In the same way you go to Off-Kai for immersion, you would go to Disneyland for immersion. We spent a good amount of time here, and we got to chat with some folks as well. Just a little guy doing his little guy things. Yeah, he was really cool. Next. Okay, next. So the rest of Galaxy's Edge. Sound is good. Okay, we'll take it. So I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. They sold blue milk. I didn't buy blue milk, but they sold it. They also had these fun little droid friends. This is the entrance to Galaxy's Edge. We do love a good Empire. They also had a replica of this rider, not sure. They also had stormtroopers hanging out, and so later in the evening we got to chat with the stormtroopers. My friend wanted a group picture with the stormtroopers, and so I tried to build a lore reason as to why they should take a picture with us. And so they gladly did, but they're like, also, who are you? Can we see your identification? I carry my passport with me because New Jersey, yeah, it's weird. Anyhow. So yeah, I carry my passport with me just because traveling and stuff. And also look, this is like my favorite. Oh, you can't see my favorite droid. Hold on, look, right here is my favorite droid. I love this little guy. He helps you. Okay, in Star Wars Battlefront 2, he gives you ammo and stuff. And he's just a little guy who just like, he's great. We love him. He is the best. And I got to see him and take a picture with him in person. I wish, He's great. Look at him go. He's best droid lad. We love him. Okay, anyhow, going back to where I usually go. Excuse me. We also had these other droid lads. They're okay. They were okay. But this one right here, we love the Gonk droid. Thank you. Anyway, so as one of the gifts for the Bachelor, one of the groomsmen bought him a droid depot experience, which is basically a build your own droid experience. So you can build a model like BB-8, you can build a model like R2-D2, or you can build a model that I wanted to punt, and I don't know the name of that model. But over here you can see the line where they have all the parts for the droids. Now, given this is pretty expensive, this is like $100 to build your own droid, but I will say it's a pretty novel experience. You can pick the color, you can pick basically whatever you want, really. And this was the space that the droids were in. Of course, you're not making a droid with these legs here, okay? Let's clarify that now. But Yeah, this I really should get sponsored for this ad. Disney actually don't sponsor me because then you look at my other stuff. But yeah, you can see like this whole space, like you can just build a droid. It was a really, really cool experience. And like you can pick its legs and everything, and you get a little remote and it can move around and stuff. The droid's name, I thought it was a very clever name. It was 808A. It spells out boba. If you really want, you could also make it spell booba as 8008A. I will type that out for you. 8008A. Yes. I also recommended that name as, you know, if they were interested. I think they still went with 808A. 808A as the name. I don't know if they changed it, but that's really weird out of context. I should delete that message. Anyhow, we made a droid. Groomsman, the Bachelor made a droid. I have my own gift for the Bachelor. I picked up in the city. I picked up a couple Pikachus. They're also a Pokemon fan. Anyhow, that was the Droid Depot. It was super cool. I didn't get a picture of their droid, but that's also their droid, not mine. Okay. So of course, after Star Wars and walking around Galaxy's Edge, we got to the most important ride of all time. It's a small world. And as I kept saying on the first day of the trip, it's not about the insert scenario. It's about the friends that we made along the way. I felt that this was very, very appropriate to capture. A smile means friendship to everyone. It's about the friends that we make along the way. And so everyone can also remember, it's a small world after all. World after world after all. It's a small, small world. It's a yes, it's a small world after all. Like, okay, when I was younger, I was like, why go on It's a Small World? When I was in Paris, I was like, we don't have to go on this, but I feel obligated. At this point, I was very enthusiastic to go on It's a Small World. Okay, I unironically kind of love It's a Small World. And I think it's a really fascinating ride. I know I talked about it last time as well, like when I was in Paris, but it is a genuinely fascinating ride because you're seeing how Disney's understanding and portraying these different cultures and the research that goes into it. Also, yeah, it's a nice ride to slow things down and take a seat. Like, it's relaxing. Apparently, though, at the Disneyland California one, some dude was like on shrooms during the ride. And like he stripped on the ride and started running around naked. I don't know what provoked such a response on It's a Small World, but you know what? I am here for it. It's not during my ride, but it's a small world for someone. So of course, here's all the small world things. What I think the Disneyland California Small World did better than the Paris one was they incorporated a lot of the characters better into this version, I think. I'm not sure if they did or not, and I just missed it. But I feel like I saw a lot more Disney characters here than I did in Paris. So anyhow, and yeah, so of course, like they have like Toy Story stuff references here, Lilo and Stitch. The Little Mermaid, Alice in Wonderland, Lilo and Stitch again. I put Lilo and Stitch twice in here. Ignore that. And then this is Waiting in the Happiest Line on Earth because we love waiting in lines, right? Love waiting in lines. At the very least, it was warm and it was pretty. Like it was a 10-minute ride line at most. Like they even had like a little like clock friends that came out and they all sang "It's a Small World After All." It's great. I will say though, the song is catchy and annoying. Very catchy and annoying. Anyhow, oh my, so after that we went to Pirates of the Caribbean, and then we rode Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And okay, Pirates of the Caribbean is fine. There wasn't like a lot of differences between the California one and Paris one, but I did not get to ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in Paris because I think it was closed. But I have so many thoughts about this ride. One, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is an older ride from like early Disney. And the ride is a story about Mr. Toad, who apparently the reason why Mr. Toad has a wild ride is because he didn't pay his taxes, and so the government's after him. But this ride and the premise of the story is crazy. All I remember is we got into our car, we broke some doors down, and at some point during the ride, we run into a bunch of walls, and we're taken into court. And the judge basically sentences us to prison, but on the way to prison, we get hit by a train. And I was like, no, the train's not gonna actually hit the car. And then the train hit the car. And I was like, no. Okay, so that must be like the end of the ride, right? No, the goddamn ride takes you to hell. Literal hell. This isn't even like figurative hell. Like, so when the train basically, the train is a diorama that comes at you, and you basically, on the rails, your car makes contact with the thing and like opens it up because to indicate you've hit it, and then you take a sharp right turn into literal hell. And so when you get into hell, it is actually degrees warmer. Like, it's actually toasty in hell. You see fire, like the whole room is red. The devil is there with a gavel, like, ha 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 ha, welcome to hell. It's not even like subtle. It is very like, you are in hell. And then you take another turn, and then in hell, there's a dragon breathing fire at you. Like, welcome to hell. And then you end the ride. And it's like, what the? Like, I don't swear a lot, all right? But truly, this is, what the fuck is going on? Like, how on earth did this ride get greenlit? Like, it's literal hell. This is a children's ride at a children's park. Like, good freaking Lord. And don't get me wrong, I loved it. Like, I miss this old Disney humor. Like, that was dark. I did not expect going to hell. I hope they never take this ride down. Because one, the ride mechanics were interesting as an old ride. I think it did some like the shock factor for this was much, it hit different than Star Wars. Like the shock factor for here is like, no, we're not actually gonna run into that old thing. Like we actually ran into the thing. And like it just seems so more like realistic at times. Like it's not gonna be the same immersion as today's technology, but the immersion was different and had its own charm to it. And also just like the storytelling of you have been you're sentenced to prison. Yeah, you're sentenced to prison. You're guilty, and then you go to hell. No big deal because you got hit by a train. Like, yeah, I'm still processing it. Like, truly, I am still processing the heck happened on that ride. Apparently, when I came out of that ride, I just sat there like. Apparently it was a funny reaction. I just did not know how to process what kind of ride I just journeyed on. And I will say that was a journey. But also look how cute Mr. Toad is. Like, look at him. He's innocent. Why would this frog be sent to jail? I don't know. Also, I was trying to figure out the plot. Like, okay, is this like the plot of the movie? I feel like they would not get this through. No. So what they did for this ride, I looked at this on Wikipedia. Originally, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was supposed to be a roller coaster, but they couldn't make it a roller coaster. Because it was a children's ride, right? And that was the target audience, children. So instead, to add that shock factor, they sent you to literal hell. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I think the roller coaster probably would have been a better idea, because it probably would have aged better. But also, you wanted shock factor. And you wanted this targeted at children. So you literally sent the children to hell. I'm not the designer. I'm not the producer. You know, I just I'm just a guy who gives opinions. Maybe you talk through that concept with marketing a little bit, just a little bit. You know, I'm again not a professional. I don't know, but perhaps we reconsider what exactly was being discussed. So anyhow, also let me do one thing really quickly. I need to add something here. What is this? How did I do this? How did I do this? Okie dokie. Ba 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 da ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yes, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride literally takes you to hell, and that is all I got out of that ride. We are literally going to hell, so we're moving on. Okay, so the next place that we went to was Toontown. And Toontown is very much targeted towards children, but I think this is the Mickey's Runaway Railroad was the first ride that, at least in California's park, that did the trackless ride. And you can also see how the Star Wars ride learned from Mickey's Runaway Railroad. On the way there, like, we had a lot of like different decor there, and it just looked really cool and immersive experience. Very much similar to the other one. The plot of this one is like, one, they first put you in like a movie room. It's like, oh, we're gonna watch a Disney movie, and so like a Mickey Mouse movie. And so the plot of the movie is Mickey and Minnie are going on a picnic, and Goofy is taking a train. And so they're like, nothing's gonna go wrong. Wow. And so you hop on this journey, and on the way there, like Mickey and Minnie have a pie that somehow clogs the railroad, the train, and they're like, wow, Mickey, we're gonna have, well, gosh, Mickey, we're a runaway train now. And so, then you go on this wild ride. And at the end of the day, like, they get to their picnic, they have a wonderful date. But the way they immersed you through it was really cool. And it's a trackless ride. Again, super cool. If you're ever in California, I would recommend this. Also, look, I took a picture of this is not the key sword from Kingdom Hearts. This is Giant Key, a legally distinct giant key from Square Enix's and Disney's Kingdom Hearts. Just clarifying the differences. So when someone tells you to go to hell, you go to Disneyland. In some sense, yeah. Yeah, you can go to hell in Disneyland. You can go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and go to hell. Again, I am literally quoting hell as a geographic location. I am not telling people to go to hell. Hell is a location that is in a ride in Disneyland. I am a say-so streamer. I am here to just convey what I have found, and it was in hell. So to clarify, I am still say-so. We went to hell, but we are say-so. Again, yes. Hell say so. We're good. I don't need to justify myself. I don't have to justify anything to you. So after that, we took a break, and I think we went on the Buzz Lightyear shooting thing. And look, I have English Buzz and French Buzz. It's basically the same. They took this Buzz Lightyear ride and copy pasted it. I scored 7,100. This is the same experience that I had in France. It's still a cool experience, but, you know, French Buzz Lightyear and English Buzz Lightyear are not very different at all. It's still Buzz Lightyear. Actually, I don't know. Is French Buzz fatter? Okay, his suit might be larger. Maybe it's the angle that we're looking at French Buzz from. Because, like, EN Buzz... No, I think French Buzz's proportions are different. Yeah, French Buzz is a bit more top heavy. EN Buzz is not so top heavy. Only 71,000. I was only L3. I could have done better. Basically, I just gotta go and practice more. I will say, regardless of whatever park I'm at, this is still a fun ride to compete with your friends at. Yeah. Buzz, the guy. He has a gun in both of them. Anyhow, moving on. Also, hello, Click Killers. Okay. So then we had a bunch of other rides that we rode to kill time. Don't text and drive, all right? But we rode Autotopia, which was, when it was made a long time ago, it was innovative for its time. We were comparing buzzes, yes, but we are now moving on to some of the other random rides. Autotopia, sponsored by Honda. All runs on gas vehicles. They're trying to make it electric by 2026. I don't know. I don't understand the appeal of Autotopia. Because how is this different from what you do on a daily basis? This is basically what I have to do. Well, this is what I had to do at some point. I had to drive on a road and, you know, and so I saw some parents and kids going together on this ride, and the parents were driving. I was like, doesn't your parent do that for you on a daily basis? Like they drive you to places, don't they? And I also saw like some with kids and parents, and the parents were holding on to their goddamn dear lives. Like their knuckles were white, grabbing on to the handlebar on the beginning, like the front of the ride. And it was like, this is probably the best learning opportunity that you're going to have to teach your kid how to drive. But also the pedal's not even in the right place. It was in the wrong place. Also, these are like gas cars, and you still get road rage in the happiest place on earth. You can honk, you can yell at people. Also, they're bad drivers who want to text and drive, like I may or may not have been doing in this video. How am I taking a video and driving? You tell me. I have no evidence that is Zhuni Excel or that is even, but look, people were texting and driving. Don't text and drive. I'll end you. But don't text and drive. I don't understand the appeal of Autotopia. Also, they're all gas cars. I have a gas car right outside my house. I can drive that. I don't have to be stuck on a stupid rail. If I wanted to, I could drive. Okay, I can't drive off road with the vehicle that I have. But you know, I have more freedom than this silly little goddamn cart here stuck on the stupid rails. You know, I took my hands off the rail at one time. I took my hands off the steering wheel and just let the car go. And given it wasn't very comfortable going back and forth, that one actually probably jolted my neck around. But you know, I felt freedom for a moment. Actually, I didn't feel any freedom. That's a lie. I didn't feel any freedom. I felt confined to the constraints of the corporate mouse. They told me how to drive my car. They gave me a car. Also, these cars don't even look that good. These cars are old. This is like a 1990 Camry, Honda Accord, whatever it is. And so I'm looking forward to when they update it in 2026. I'll stop this rant. Don't text and drive, and maybe don't ride this, but also, you know, if you want. No, it's not sponsored by Chevron anymore. Chevron, they switched sponsors in like, I don't remember, 2004. I don't know. They switched sponsors at some point. So it is Honda now. You can see, if you look really carefully, you can see there's all Honda vehicles. You know, this is their premier top of the line Honda Accord. So after that, we also rode the Finding Nemo submarine adventure. The Finding Nemo submarine adventure. I think it was better than what I expected. Yeah. It's still not a great ride in general, but it exceeded my expectations for what it was supposed to be. Because as we were looking at this ride, you just see the submarine going around a pool, and then it goes into a cave, and I'm like, what on earth is this ride? Like, are we just gonna basically swim around a pool? Which, to be fair, I just rode a car on a track, so I really couldn't complain. But you know, they stuck you in a tiny submarine thing. Like, it was small and cramped, like a submarine. You got a tiny window for yourself. And I will say the best part about this ride was seeing one of the human replica scuba divers with a gigantic dumpy. I wish I took a picture. I wish I recorded it. This scuba diver's dumpy, this model scuba diver dumpy was giant. Like, it was so huge. It was ridiculous. If you ever go on this ride at Disneyland, California, look for the scuba diver with the dumpy. Okay, it is giant. It is huge. It is like the size of. It's like a dump truck. It is actually a dump truck. That scuba diver dumpy probably made it, in terms of comedy, definitely worth it. But also, they did tie in the plot to Finding Nemo, and they had some interesting visuals and tying it together into the Finding Nemo plot. They incorporated water into the experience and kind of made it learning at times. It was like a hodgepodge of things. It was an interesting ride. It was humid in the submarine. I don't even think the ride operators enjoy the ride, because the ride operator sits in here. Actually, they don't even sit. They stand in here and they just look out, and you're like, wow, they drive us. I don't even know what they're driving exactly. I mean, they're driving the submarine, but yeah. Okay. It's not that I had a good experience in LA. I had a fun time. Zhuni has many complaints. I can always come up with a complaint. It's literally what you're supposed to do in academia. In academia, we read other people's papers. We say, wow, this is a really cool paper, but also, and what, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. And so, of course, like, even if you're having a quote unquote intellectual debate or an academic debate, my goal is to be able to see through what some of these holes are and say, like, this is what's good or bad. I had a fun time in LA. You know, for me, it truly is about the friends that we made along the way. And with the other groomsmen that I was with, I hadn't met them before. Like, they're wonderful guys, and I'd love to spend more time with them. They're very, very fun people. And I really want to get to know them more. One of them was a sweaty Smash player. Okay, he's not that sweaty. He says, like, his younger nephew can kick his butt, and he kicked my butt, so I'm a bad Smash player. But I really did enjoy LA. It was a lot of fun. We'll get to the fun part. The last ride that we rode to kill time was Star Tours. Oh, we also did the Millennium Falcon ride, where you had to, like, where you have jobs and stuff to do. I was the engineer, because, you know, Zhuni Excel. I pushed buttons in the correct order, and I made sure our ride didn't crash. It was great. I have nothing else to say about that ride. But we also rode Star Tours Classic. They changed up Star Tours to fit into some of the new Star Wars trilogy, and they made it a lot shorter. I remembered it to be a lot longer, but it was shorter, and I'm not sure how I felt about it. But anyhow, it was a good time. Now, the thing I was told to get when I was here was to get a corn dog. I was like, what's so special about these corn dogs? And so I was like, why am I paying $7 for a corn dog? I also needed fiber and fruit, so I got a mandarin orange. Also, we packed our lunch and kind of dinner for the day, so I ate like a span musubi that they prepped at home. Thank you so much. And so like, this corn dog was so goddamn. Look how thick that is. That's the hot dog. That's the corn. That's thick. I was not expecting something that thick. I bit into it and oil came out. It was so goddamn tasty. But I probably lost at least 2 years of my life eating that corn dog. I will say it was definitely worth it, though. That was a fluffy corn dog. I bought 2 to give to another person, and I told him to eat it. But god dang, this was such a tasty corn dog. Like, it was so fluffy. And yeah, 2 years of my life gone. But that orange, also the orange was good. It was the happiest orange that I ate that day. I also saw that they had like a strawberry shortcake, and I was like, do I want to buy that? And I was like, I do, but I also don't want to wait in line. I also don't want to pay $7 for a giant strawberry shortcake that's just straight carbs. Yeah, my body's not really built to handle that much. No one's body is meant to built to handle that much oiliness. Like, it's a lot, but you know, Disneyland. Yeah, I've never actually picked up like a corn dog. If I'm gonna go to Disney, I'm gonna try to go to like one of their sit-down dining things that you book in advance. But you know, it was quite good. I would corn dog again. Like, I would actively go out of my way to find a corn dog. So then we went back to Galaxy's Edge at night, because the droid that we had is a droid pickup, and they also had 2 separate. Well, I'll get to that part later. But we were heading to Galaxy's Edge at night to get ready for the fireworks show. And so we also got some food. So I got this Vintian mineral thing. This is what it looks like on the inside. Like it's like got some hard exterior and something soft on the inside with like some chocolate carb things over here. We also went to the lightsaber not Emporium, but like the make your own, or at least look at your lightsabers. We did not do the make your lightsaber experience, but look at a lightsaber experience. And like the store that it was in was really cool because they had this guy, I guess he makes lightsabers and sells wares and stuff. I don't know enough Star Wars lore to fully appreciate this, but this is when we got to see the stormtroopers, and he was talking with people, and he asked for my passport and my identification. The funny thing was, so when I bring my passport around with me now, I actually pack my Lego passport because you never know when you're going to run into a Lego store. So I showed them my Lego passport as well, and they just kind of took it for a moment and really stared at it. They were in character for the most part. And so they had a good time looking at passports and stuff. And we got to take a group picture with the stormtroopers, and they were friendly enough. And they were like, "We're looking for rebel scum," and I'm like, "I'm happy to sell out my rebel scum." Absolutely. Like the Empire doesn't do some things right, but simply because they don't do a lot of things right doesn't mean we toss out the baby with the bathwater. I think the Empire has a good idea at times. I'm down for the whole Sith agenda of passion and something and something. Maybe we should just let us do what we want in the world. Maybe the Sith is really aiming for their own definition of freedom, but maybe we'll sell out some rebel scum sometime. Maybe not. I don't know. If that means I get to take a picture with the stormtroopers, maybe. I don't know. I had a good time though, and I got to chat with the stormtroopers. They were very nice lads. Okay, so at Disneyland, California, currently there's a special thing going on with Galaxy's Edge, and they have a Galaxy's Edge fireworks show, and then they have the Disneyland fireworks show. And so the Galaxy's Edge fireworks show, you can go to Galaxy's Edge and take the, view it there, but they also simultaneously have the Disneyland California things going on. Also, hi Kiwi. Yeah, I took some video of the Galaxy's Edge fireworks. They were very cool. It matched up and lined up with the music, which I don't think is included in here. But I think what I really thought was okay. Again, this was not that I had a bad experience. This was still very, very cool. Did I take a video with no fireworks in it? Wow, I did such a good job getting a really good video. Okay, there the fireworks are. Like, I think I had a good time at the fireworks. Fireworks are always a good time. But I will say, I think the the drone show at Disneyland Paris was a lot cooler. They had cool effects that could tie together with the fireworks. And again, don't get me wrong, fireworks are very cool, but I thought the drone show was very, very cool. And so again, this was still very cool, especially in the backdrop of Star Wars or wherever, Galaxy's Edge. And it was very cool being there and trying to get out of the park on time. But this is also getting out of the happiest place on earth. This is where Galaxy's Edge is, and this is where the whole space was. Like, it's a very cool space. And like the fog in the background really, really helps the whole situation. And it was really cool. Like, I had a lot of fun. It was a very fun Disneyland experience. Like, comparing Disneyland Paris to Disneyland California, I think there are some things Disneyland California did better. The trackless rides and the ride experience was very, very cool in comparison to Disneyland Paris, which still had like a lot of older traditional rides. But Disneyland Paris had some really, really cool experiences with the droid show and with some of their set pieces and a better castle at the end. So yes, I fully agree that between the two, there are their pros and cons. I think if you want a fun ride experience, go to Disneyland California. If you want a really cool like eating, etc. experience, go to Disneyland Paris. You can't go wrong with either of them though. You will get a Disney experience regardless of which Disney you go to. And so I still had a very good time. I also totally recognize, again, this was not planned in my bingo card for 2024 going to 2 Disneylands. But you know, it's in the bingo cards now. So yeah, check that off. Going to Disneyland twice, California and Paris in 1 year. Hello, are we? Yes, we are actually just finishing up our Disneyland shenanigans. And so I'd just like to say, at the end of day 1, we did not have any mistakes as of yet. We went home, we played some Smash. I got my butt kicked. I kicked his butt in Mario Kart. I asked if everyone wanted to play Tetris, and no one wanted to play Tetris with Junie. Don't know why no one wanted to play Tetris with Junie, but it's fine. It's cool. I love playing Tetris. So no one wanted to play Tetris with me, and no mistakes were made at the end of day 1. It was a very chill time. We slept in the next day, and we relaxed, and it was great. And so here's the map for the next day. We started our day off somewhere over here getting breakfast, and then we went to Griffith Observatory, and then we went to Thai Town. And then from Thai Town, we took like a 40-minute drive to Santa Monica Beach, which was wonderful. And then we walked from Santa Monica to Venice, and then from Venice, I have no idea what happened. Yes, I have no idea what happened after Venice Beach. And even as of today, I am still going through my data history to try to figure out where exactly I went. What did I do? And I'm also learning about what I prioritize when I have no idea what happened. But how did Judy get that stupid? We will get there momentarily. But I want to get through the fun that I recall with my friends because I had a wonderful time. So we woke up to a breakfast place and we got, it was really cute. Like, this is the inside of the breakfast place. It was a Mexican restaurant, I believe. And I got a breakfast burrito. It was really tasty. And I got Mexican coffee and it was amazing. It had coffee and cinnamon in it. And I don't know how to make it. I want to know how to make it though, because it was delicious. It was delicious. And I really would love to drink that coffee. It was so good. And the breakfast burrito was amazing. I'd love to come back to this place. It was also just like super cozy, locally owned. On one of their walls, they had a mural like "Education is power." And I'm like, yes, we love education is power. We are here for this. This is my kind of institution. And yes. So Hero, what I will say is I did not just have a memory slip. We will talk about what happened when we get there. Yeah. After that, we went to Griffith Observatory. Originally, we were going to hike up Griffith, but we couldn't find parking at the bottom, so we just went up to the top of the observatory. I had a wonderful time. I got to like run around with my hiking shoes, and I was really excited to just run around. Everyone else was like, how do you have so much energy? Like, why aren't you tired from Disneyland? I was like, my wife and I travel a lot. So like, I had a great time just running around and, you know, seeing the planetarium and stuff, and of course, hanging out with my friend. I just took these pictures as we were walking together. But like, look, you can see the Hollywood sign. Wow, Hollywood sign. It's not as nice, but look at all the grass. I can't say we actually stopped and read things, so I can't actually tell you anything about the observatory. But look, we saw some cool stuff there, and it was free. If you're near Griffith Observatory, you should definitely go. I believe this is the observatory where they did La La Land or something. I don't know. But also, as we got to Griffith Observatory, I thought LA was ugly. This is the LA skyline. It's ugly. I like most other cities. Also, it's not like the skyline is so small in comparison, like in proportion to the areas around it. It's a really, okay. I will say LA is ugly. They have bad transportation. Their highways are clogged. But I will say it's a fascinating city because of the way the city grew and the way the city has developed into like smaller suburbia, like suburbs kind of vibes. Like each of these suburbs are like their own city, but it's not tall. I think is really fascinating. Like in my research that I do, I have had to look a lot to LA and that area because the population that I study is just more like just a lot more people there. And so it makes like I've talked about my research before. I study Asian Americans and like Asian American studies and stuff. And so LA is like California is really, really important as like one of the states the state with the highest Asian American population. They have a very different experience, Asian American experience in comparison to other regional areas. I can cite some articles if you want, but what I really got out of this was like just the city and development. It really shapes how things happen, and even being able to build these small ethno-burbs and like spaces for Asian Americans to experience these things, and being so close to Asia, proximally closer to Asia. It's really fascinating. And again, I still say LA is ugly. But you know, is a time. Yes. So the next place we went to was Thai Town, and we went to a restaurant. It was really good, but also I think this is a papaya salad. It looks pretty innocuous. Like, oh, that's cool. That's an innocuous salad. I eat spicy food. Okay? It's not that I don't eat spicy food. I eat kimchi jjigae. I have a lot of Korean spicy food. This papaya salad hurt me in ways that I could not imagine. I was eating it and sweating bullets. I was like, this is so tasty, but also my mouth is literally on fire. Like, I couldn't even like pretend that, oh, this isn't that bad, because my face was all red and I was sweating god dang bullets. Also, I would like to give you that this is all on Saturday, mind you. Just remember that for later. This was so painful to eat, but so delicious. I would eat it again, but it hurt. And everyone in the group was like, you gonna be okay? And I was like, this is great. This is so tasty. And it genuinely was tasty, but it also genuinely hurt my soul because it was so goddamn spicy. But would I eat it again? Absolutely. We also got fish cakes with it. And then next to it was this place, a Thai gelato and dessert cafe. So we got shaved ice with mango sticky rice. Also super tasty. Definitely quenched the spicy murder from my mouth because that was a good time. This was really, really good. I'm really glad I still remember a lot of these details. And so from here, we drove over to Santa Monica. And from here, we're going to walk from Santa Monica to Venice Beach. But we were looking for a bathroom. So we went into the mall. And in the mall, I saw this. And I was like, is this some kind of weird off-brand store? And then I looked into it. And I was like, that's a lot of standees. That's a lot of professional-looking things. This is kind of a nice print off of, I believe you all referred to him as Ice Daddy. And I was like, this is kind of nice. Is this an actual Genshin store? And so then I walked in. Everyone else was going to the bathroom. I was like, I got like a couple minutes. I can explore. And I was like, this is a goddamn Genshin store. And so I spent some time in the Genshin store. And then I did not know what to do. I literally started Genshin last week. I probably should play more Genshin this week. I know these characters because of the tier list. And I was like, I know some of these characters. I don't know what they're about. But you know, I also saw a real cute Klee shirt. And I was like, that's a real cute Klee shirt. And it's also kind of subtle. As like, I'm not a weeb, but I'm a weeb. If you know, you know. So I debated on that shirt. And I was like, I should go back. And so then everyone was looking for like coffee at that point. I was fine. So I was like, you know, okay, while you all get coffee, I'm going to go back to the store. And so then I went to the store and I saw that they're doing like player interviews. So I was like, oh, I should sign up for interviews so I can get free stuff. They also had like trading cards. I pulled a Kuching card, and then one of the other groomsmen came by and they also pulled a retribution guy card. I forgot his name. And so we got that. And then I was like, oh, there's only one medium Klee shirt left. Maybe it's calling me. I feel like the Klee shirt is calling me. And so I was like, look, I haven't pulled Klee, but Klee is an adorable child and I will protect her with my life. Yeah, Annie, it was a pop-up store. So I was like, okay, fine. I can get the Klee shirt. And then I was there. I was like, hold on. Maybe I should ask Ayla if she wants anything, but she needs to respond within the next 2 seconds flat. And lo and behold, she responds in 2 seconds flat, even though she was streaming apparently. And I was like, Ayla, what do you want? So I picked up goods for Ayla. Now, what I didn't know about picking up goods for Ayla was apparently it was a gacha system. Okay, so if you spend over $20, you got a postcard, which I got a postcard and I shipped it off to Ayla. If you spend over $60, you get a shopping bag, which they ran out of, so I couldn't get the shopping bag. I did not spend over $129 on this, but I did spend over $60 because the shirt and Ayla's goods. So I did not get the shopping bag, but I got to draw from the merch raffle. And so I got from the merch raffle, I ended up with a Klee keychain. I swear it was random. Like I did not look. So I have a Klee keychain now. I also got a sticker. I got a Paimon sticker. I don't like putting stickers on my stuff, so I shipped that off to Ayla. So she now has that. So yes. And yeah. Yes. So I guess we Genshin now. Yeah. I am actually currently wearing the Klee shirt. I'm trying to figure out a way to wear it with the suit and make it look okay. I tried it on with a red blazer today, but the red blazer covers up a lot and it looks a little too formal for the Klee t-shirt. I can like drop in the chat, the Discord, what kind of shirt I got, because I'm not going to take a picture of me wearing it. I feel like I gotta cut down, like I gotta tone up my chest area more. Yeah. So anyhow, but I will take a picture. I will show you the shirt that I did get. Yes. Is that Mondstadt? That's not Mondstadt. That's Mondstadt. That's the bridge. I know that. So yes. Yeah. I won the gacha. We're moving on. So we then walked from Santa Monica to Venice Beach. And from here, this is really cool. It's a very short walk, in my opinion. It's not too bad. But this is the Santa Monica Pier. There's a whole little carnival thing here. There's a lot of people here. This is the end of Route 66. And there was some really pretty sights along the way. There were some murals on the walls. And we also saw a lot of like biking things, like, oh, rent a bike so you can go back. And I saw this great one. Our bikes are powered by ass, not gas. We love it. We love ass-powered things. We're gonna just leave that there and not think about that statement any further. But also just look how pretty this view is of the beach, right? And so, would you like any tequila? Nori, we will talk about that. So let's talk about the next step. So once we got to Venice Beach, the Bachelor was like, look, we're gonna keep walking until we find a bar. That bar we're gonna go in and we're gonna get some drinks there. And so fortunately we were like, sure, that works out great. They had a special at the bar that was like, if you get it was also Cinco de Mayo. So in the ways that the United States celebrates Cinco de Mayo is we just drink a lot. I'll see you later, hero. So basically we got a beer and it came with like a $5 tequila, the $5 shot of tequila. I will say these tequila shots were not shot sized. These shots were like 2 shots. So it was like $5 for 2 shots. And I may have made mistakes here. We started off great. I had a beer, I had a shot. We're like, we're good. Everyone was like, yes, we're good. Our designated driver was fine. And we went around for round 2. Like we waited a bit. We didn't just go straight for round 2. But then we're like, all right, who wants to do round 2? And so we're like, round 2 it is. And so we did round 2. So again, this is not like 2 shots. I'm at 4 shots. And this is like 30, maybe 40 minutes as being generous. And I felt fine after the 4 shots. And I maybe should have waited more. This is kind of like my experience when I tried weed. And so, yeah. I was fine after that. And I was like, all right, who's ready for one more? And so we had 3 people to do one more. So we started with 6 people, or like 7 people. And then we got down to 4 people and to 3 people. And the groom was like, basically, all right, as long as we have other folks doing it with us. So one guy couldn't do it because of medical reasons. Another person was driving. Another person has an aversion, like their stomach just can't do alcohol. So essentially it was like, I am one of the only people left. Oh, another person tag teamed. So like, if the groom is going to get stupid, then someone else has to get stupid with them. That is what the power of friendship is, right? That is how we celebrate friendship. And so this is where everything went bad. I did that 6th shot and from here on out, basically, I don't know how to tell the story. This is when the story really shifts on, like, usually on my streams, I have a plan of what's going to happen. I truly was figuring out what had happened as I was going through this stream. Like, again, usually typical Judy travel recap streams are, oh, I can tell you exactly what happened, what details, but really the rest of this is I am figuring out the story based on the digital data that I have. So yes, I got very, very stupid. I don't know what happened. I do know I have, okay. Before we go into this section, I want to frame this as whenever I take pictures, I am assuming that it was mildly important to me and that it was a part of my priorities. So let's start. Here are the pictures that I found on my phone. This was definitely on the way back. I think I remembered, oh, I need to take pictures. Oh, that's really, really pretty. This is not a great picture, but I'm assuming I definitely walked back. I was not coherent enough to ride a bike. That is for sure. If you put me on a bike, I probably would have gotten another concussion. But I somehow walked back. I don't know if someone helped me. I need to ask, but I walked back. I will get there. I don't know why I have a picture of this sign. Remember when I said we went to K-Town? This is definitely in K-Town. I don't know if I thought the sign Boba Story was funny or the sign Fug You was funny, the Wagyu Noodle House. I may have thought the sign, thinking now, I find the sign Fug You pretty funny, as it sounds like fuck you, but it's Fug You and it's a Wagyu Noodle House, which it also looks pretty elegant in some capacity, but also the Boba Story sign looks kind of cute. Like, I don't know. I really don't know why I took this picture. But it does indicate to me that I was okay, I'm not going to say coherent. I at least had my priorities straight enough to figure out what I was doing here and that I needed to take pictures for stream. Okay, so remember, basically at this point, in the back of my head, I'm pretty sure I have like something sitting in my latent RAM like, oh, we need to take pictures of so we can share something on stream. We went to a restaurant. For the longest time today, I did not know what restaurant that we went to, but I was going through my pictures. I took a picture of the bathroom. I don't know when I took the picture of the bathroom, but in my drunk stupor of not remembering anything, I apparently instinctively took pictures of the bathroom while no one was in there. I will say I am quite proud of my quote unquote drunk ass self for remembering to take pictures of the bathroom. But also I am so thankful because look, you can see the name of the restaurant that I went to, Sunongdan. Okay, I went to Sunongdan and I don't know if I took a crap here. I don't know if I had to pee. I, for some reason, was in this bathroom. I am assuming I needed to pee. I'm pretty sure I never got sick once. That was some great tequila, and all I know is that usually when I drink sugar, I get sick. But this was fantastic. I cannot tell you, I would usually put all the bathrooms at the end to rate, but this is kind of an important piece of, I remember to take a picture of the bathroom, and it actually provided very, very important information as to where I was and what I was doing. And again, I apparently went to the bathroom and was coherent enough. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, I made it, you know? Apparently this is what I ate. It looks really good. I took a picture. I'm pretty sure I put food in my mouth, and then as an afterthought, I was like, oh, I need to take pictures of this for stream. And so I do remember taking this picture. And I do remember taking this video, but I don't remember anything else. Like the bits and pieces I remember, like when I see the pictures, I'm like, I remember taking that picture, but everything else is gone, which again is terrifying. I don't know if this food was good or not. I remember putting some of it in my mouth. It looks delicious. I wish I remembered it. There's a torch on that fire. Oh, it looks like that. That's really good. I ate that. And I'm assuming it was good, as I did not get sick the next day. Now, what happens after that? Apparently when I went home, I packed my bag. I packed my bag because I had all the Genshin stuff nicely put away the next day. I had my laptop packed. Okay, so the reason I know this was the next day I woke up and I saw that I had partially packed my bag. I put all the Genshin stuff from my backpack into my suitcase very nicely. I put all the stuff that I needed to in my suitcase. I had set an alarm for the next day for 5:18. And then I also packed up all my other stuff from yesterday night. So all I know the next day was I apparently packed and cleaned up after myself pretty well, because again, I was freaked out as I could not find the Genshin stuff in my backpack, but I apparently just put it all in my suitcase because I was that responsible. And I was able to find all my stuff nicely put away. And I don't think anyone helped me with that. I'm pretty sure I did that because it was definitely my way of organization. So throughout this whole drunken stupor, I'm a very responsible drunk. Like, I have no idea what on earth my mind was going through. But I was very responsible. Also, that is not the last thing. I also sent some messages to people. I do have consent to show this. If you're at Carrot's stream this morning, Carrot talked about some text that I sent Carrot. When I get drunk, I text people I appreciate them. Yes. So I texted Carrot, I appreciate you. This is, yeah. This is in EST, so this is around like 9 p.m. I'm guessing. I don't remember this. Like, I found these messages the next day when I got home, going through my messages. I'm like, what is this? And I was like, oh, I texted Carrot. So, yes, at the very least, I can say that I'm not going to say anything that is going to get me in trouble. Like, I appreciate you. That's fine. Like, I also texted Ayla, as Ayla has discussed. Let me see if she got back to me and if I can share these. Can I share? Yes, I also have text with Ayla. I'm gonna see if she gets back to me in like the next 2 seconds. I think it's okay because I have shared parts of it, but yes, I just text people that I really appreciate them a lot. As a drunk, I can be loud, but also I appreciate people and we are just chilling. So yes. That is Zhuni as a drunk. And I think it's okay to share the next one. Here's the messages that I sent to Ayla. You are the best. I appreciate you. I'm sorry I missed your Genshin stream. And then I'm a terrible genmate. I don't even know what you streamed. I messaged her about wanting to DM someone else that was not Carrot. And I also checked myself as I shouldn't do that. And Ayla very generously says, you do not do that. You're too drunk for that. And then I clearly couldn't spell right correctly, but that's something I would do sober. This is the best of times and it may be the worst of yimes. I appreciate you. Again, I am pretty consistent with my appreciation for people while drunk. So just so we're on the same page. Also, hello, Javier. For context, Javier, if you were at Carrot's stream this morning, this is the reference that Carrot is making. I did not include the picture of me hugging the tree because that is doxing. Although my calves look great in that picture, there is also a picture of the next day that I found of me hugging a tree. On the way back from Venice Beach is what I'm assuming. I don't know why I'm hugging the tree, but there is a photo of me hugging said tree. Because the next day when I got back, I landed and I texted everyone, thank you so much for the fun weekend. Hope you all had a wonderful time. Well, I don't recall a lot of it. I really appreciate all of you. And they texted me, look, you were hugging a tree, Zhuni. And I was like, oh my God, I was hugging a tree. To be fair, it was a very good tree. Even sober, sometimes I hug trees. I appreciate you all too. There's also in this thread that I have the I appreciate chat. And so, yes. I wish I could talk more about this, but we learned from this trip, I'm still fairly responsible. I'm very responsible as a drunk. I put my stuff away. I was packed and ready to go. I appreciate people a lot. And, you know, it's okay. Yeah. The wedding is in 3 weeks. It's another open bar. And we have learned 6 shots is too many shots. 3 shots might be okay. 4 shots is pushing it. I will say the tequila was good. Yes. Yeah, actually, I did not get to talk about the next day. Let's talk about the next day. That's the end of the slide. So I woke up and went to the airport, and remember how I mentioned that we had that really spicy papaya salad? That came out first. That was rough. That was real rough. And then after that, I landed. I had a 5-hour flight. And then also, hello, Rob. My stomach was dispelling a lot of things that day. A lot of things. And the next day, like Monday, my stomach was still cleansing. There was a lot of cleansing going on. What I will say, and I don't want to describe it in vivid detail, but it was not a rough time. It was the equivalent of peeing out my butthole. That's the only elegant way to say it. So I think I'm still recovering. Yes, I'm a bit tired. 6 shots is too many shots. Don't do that again. Yeah. Judy released the Kraken. Yeah. That is the only other way to say it. Yeah. Yeah. That is it. That was California Adventure. Don't take that as a challenge. Please don't. Alcohol poisoning is real. As funny as it is putting everything back together, it is not a fun experience to wake up and not remember what's going on. I will say it is mildly terrifying to do that. Not mildly, it is very terrifying. Alcohol poisoning is very real. I would not do this again. I would like to remember the times. Again, it is funny looking back on it now, but going through the experience, not so funny. I do not recommend it. I do not encourage that much drinking. Drink responsibly. You can drink responsibly and still have a good time and recall the good time. But I still encourage very much making sure you drink responsibly, because it is very possible to do so. I should get water. Yes. Drink responsibly. Drink very responsibly. And yes, that is basically all I have from California. California was a wild time. I do not plan on doing it. Even for his wedding in Chicago, I'm not gonna do that many. If anything, I learned my limit at this one. And it's like, I can do like 3 shots in like 50 minutes and we'll be okay. Not that many. That's ridiculous. And you will not remember a thing, and that's not okay. Yeah, no, it's not like, even again, it is funny to talk about and like try to piece things back together, but I do not like, I don't getting that drunk is not okay. Getting blackout is really terrifying. Like when I woke up and I was trying to figure out what was going on, it's like I have no idea what happened the day before. I don't know if I said anything stupid. And of course, it is very fortunate that many of the things that I sent to other people are like, oh, I'm okay. Like, this is funny and cute is what I sent to people. It's been a long time. I've only blacked out twice. This time and when I first drank, because I was trying to learn my limit. And both times, like, you need to make sure that you have very, very good people. And if you trust your friends, that's good. And I will say, like, the first time, again, funny experiences. This time, like, I would like to have recalled some of the food that I had. If you'd gone to Knott's, you would call this trip exploring the Wild West. Oh my god. I like to, yeah, I also do. Like, it is very fun, like, being able to recall what happened and not have your friends like, oh, look, he hugged a tree. Like it's much better to remember what you had, and you can still very much have that fun. Like when people say, I can like relax and loosen up as alcohol. I think the better question is to, why don't you feel that comfortable usually? Why can't you build that kind of environment for yourself on the get-go? Granted, would I hug a tree with most people around? I still have hugged trees. It's not something I wouldn't do. Many of the things that I have done are things that I would still do. Maybe not as sporadically as when I did that at that moment, but like these aren't things that are different from what I normally do. So when people drink to excess because they feel more relaxed and open, my better question to them is, why are you drinking them that much to get there? And why don't you feel that comfortable on a daily basis? Rather than drinking to get there, why don't you build that experience on your own and find friends and a group of people who will accept you for who you are? I think that is the bigger thing to figure out than drinking that much. Because again, I really wish I remembered the food in the bathroom. I would love to be able to talk about if the food tasted good. This mandu looks good. The purple rice looks good. Yet I can't tell you anything about it, and it kind of makes me angry. Like I would have liked to have fought for this bill and paid for something. Like I would have liked to have been able to give you more critiques on this bathroom, but I really can't. I would like to know why I thought this sign was funny enough to take a picture of. I would like to know why I hugged a tree. These are all questions that I have many answers to, and I will never have those answers because someone took one too many shots. Don't do that many shots. Be responsible when you drink. And also, like, doing damage control the next day. Again, I am not that bad in terms of damage control. Again, the worst damage control is probably this. Like, this is the worst case scenario. And I also know that some people aren't like this. So take this as a warning. Please be careful about how much you drink. And if you are going out with people, please make sure that you're with good people. Also, everybody check your drinks. Make sure your drinks are never there by themselves because you don't know who's going to roofie your drinks. So be cautious. Travel in groups of people that you trust. So yes, in a nutshell, that is Juni's Disneyland Travel Zatsu with far too many alcohol. Hello, Moonshiro. Yes. Just drink responsibly, Moonshiro. Alcohol is not inherently bad. We can drink responsibly. We love drinking responsibly because it's nice to remember things. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I will also need to go text the bachelors, the groomsmen, that I appreciate them and I'm very excited to see them in a couple weeks and to share some good times with them. Yes. And I hope that I can recall more than I recalled before. It was only 2 days. But it was still a lot of fun. I got to spend a lot of fun times with people. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. I just really trying to put this whole thing together was its own journey. Like, god dang, I don't know what happened. And again, it was scary not knowing what happened. But you know, at the very least, we can look back on it and laugh. Ha, 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 ish. Let me switch scenes really fast. Un momento. And transition. Yeah, I think drinking, you really do have to find something that works for you. Again, like I also have, I think studies have found that the younger generation doesn't like drinking as much. There has been a increase in like people ordering virgin drinks. Virgin drinks are drinks that don't have alcohol in them. And I will say, like, yeah, it's definitely more fun. Like, I think, yeah, you don't need to drink to excess, and it's definitely drink responsibly and drinking a lot of water. I will say that day I did not have as much water as I should have, and also just traveling, I just get dehydrated really quickly. But like nonetheless, I had a really fun time, and I think that's what counts. And I can't wait to see everyone again because they're wonderful people that I genuinely enjoy. So yeah, we're doing the thing. But yeah, since getting home, what have I done so far? I've worked. Working has been a time, and I've also gotten back into Tetris, and oh my god, I finally made it to S-. All right. So the Tetris stuff. Okay. Oh wait. Also, side note, Tetris. The Tetris short did really well. It did oddly well. That was so. Remember when I was at the airport and I tweeted? Okay, maybe you don't remember. I was at the airport and I tweeted out, "Oh wait, that's what I forgot." What I forgot was to get the Tetris tweet out, or the Tetris short out, because I said that was coming out on Thursday when I was at the airport. So I made sure that I tweeted that out, and I hopped on the plane. I just didn't check my phone. And then like I checked my phone a couple days later, and I was like, why is it like 6,000 or like 5,000? That's interesting. And so yeah, after that, I was like, oh, I'll just start practicing some more Tetris. And I don't know, maybe it's becoming my thing. Yeah, thank you all for like being there and helping it make it happen. We will have more like just random clips. If you do have clips, please not text me. Don't text me. You can at me on Twitter, or you can at me or like use Zhuni clips for your clips. We are trying to like management. My manager is like, Zhuni, you need to get more clips out. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna try to do more Tetris. I've actually been just practicing Tetris a lot more. Let me get back to my other screen now that we are here. Like I've just been playing a lot more Tetris, and when I say playing a lot more Tetris, I've been working on. I've been watching a video that's basically is a tutorial on how to get good at Tetris, which is 1, practicing Zen mode, 2, practicing 100-line cheese, and then 3, practicing against a bot. And this was like when I was playing Tetris, doesn't the Discord, I think it does have a clips channel, so you can drop it in there too. But when I was playing Tetris, I realized like I'm just really bad at clearing garbage. So basically every day I have been doing new game, refresh. Basically, I have been doing this, and this is 100 lines clear of Tetris, just practicing clearing garbage, and oh my god, has it done wonders for me. I'm pretty sure this exercise is one of the reasons, like maybe the primary reason as to how I've been getting better, a lot better, because I'm just practicing clearing lines, and this was like one of my biggest weak points for Tetris right now. It's just, can I clear lines well? And I guess I was not clearing lines that well, because I've been playing some more games and I've been finding like, oh my god, like simply because I can toss the garbage back at people, I can do so much better. Like just tossing trash at people. You know, it's kind of like life. You just toss trash back at people. Oh, that's an all clear. And so yes, I've been playing a lot more Tetris and just doing this. And it takes about 10 minutes for me to clear all these lines, which, okay, the fastest time I've done so far is 10 minutes. And that is not great. That's a mistake. And I've been trying to practice this more. And so I played a couple more games of Tetris. And now that I'm S rank, it's really difficult to play short games of Tetris because the S rank games take forever because it's best out of 5. And since it's best out of 5 now, like, I can't just, you know, up and finish my game. Like, no, I gotta like actually get good at my game and do what I say I'm gonna do. Like, I can't just chill now. I screwed up. I screwed up. This is bad. I wanted this, and that was not worth it because I need to clear lines. Yeah, I screwed up big. Oh my God, what on earth is that? That is disgusting and weird, and it frightens me. But yeah, I've been trying to just play more Tetris because I mean, it does bring me joy. It doesn't stress me out yet. The moment it stresses me out, then we're gonna have a different issue. But you know, we are going, and we are going to. I don't know if I can even play Tetris on stream. I feel like if I play Tetris on stream, it's just gonna be a really difficult and sweaty time. And everything I said about not being a sweaty Tetris player is gonna be a lie because you will see the sweat drip down my face. And it's just, you know, I am not a sweaty Tetris player, but I'm getting to sweaty Tetris player status. This will take about 13 minutes is my guess. I'm at line 82. We're fine. We're gonna be great. This is how we practice Tetris, friends. This is how I spend my evenings now. I just clear lines for fun because we love clearing lines for fun. We love this. This is like my favorite hobby in the world. This is my life now. This is my life. Just Tetris. Only Tetris. I'm kidding, it's not only Tetris. I have room for you all still. But let me stop playing. Let me stop. So I can chat. Yeah, I think like having the privacy is really helpful to play at my best, but I've also like been able to seamlessly incorporate some other stuff into it. I've been able to start getting my J spins in and my S spins, or my Z spins and my S spins in. I pulled them off a couple times, and so I've been able to pull off some all clears. Like just by like I've been able to pull off all clears unplanned, which is kind of amazing. So yeah, I think I've been getting pretty good at Tetris, you know? And what I want to do is, I know there's a couple, there's like a handful of streamers who want to learn how to T-spin. They're like, I want to T-spin. And I don't know if people like, you know, I don't know if people have like actually wanted to engage in time to learn how to T-spin. Yeah, oh my God. Moonshiro, during the next Tetris, like there's another Tetris tournament coming up soon. You have to watch the pros play. The pros play at crazy speeds. And in the way that I've been playing now, I have to keep, like Tetris is now a battle game for me. Once you learn the basic mechanics of keeping your stack flat and learning how to down stack, which is basically clearing lines, the game becomes a game. It's like a battle game. So you know there are a couple combos. You know when they're coming your way and how do you prepare for them. So for example, early on when I was talking about Tetris stuff, I had strategies like there's a 4 wide, there's a 6-3, and then like incorporating your T-spins and T-spin combos. And so when you are talking Tetris and strategies, you know there's a certain amount of lines that can be sent per clear. So for example, let me get the Tetrio line clear garbage sends. I believe it's on the Tetrio. Okay. So let me go back and switch screens really fast. I want garbage. So if we just go to the Tetrio wiki, or I'm sorry, let me go to a different one. Tetrio garbage. Okay, here's the official chart. And let me just cut to this one this time so we save time. Okay, so this is like the official. Oh God, my bad. Okay, this is the official garbage. So, one, you always want a combo is the thing. So you want to build your stack high and then work your way down. So that's why when people do 4 wides, you combo back to back to back. And when you combo back to back to back singles, that's basically you're doing a back to back singles. You can do back to back T-spins, etc. And so the back to back level 1 to 2 here. So you can send a lot of lines that way. But the thing is, when you try to like toss in T-spins, then you get some like a lot more combos. So the problem when you're thinking about Tetris at a more competitive level is then when you are trying to figure out what is the opener that the other person is starting on. So I've showed you a couple of my openers. I can open on a Pelican. I can open on a classic back-to-back T-spin. I've also opened up with a lower stack of just a T-spin. And those do matter. So a lot of what I've been learning in like the A and S plus or S minus rank is that people have strong openers, but they can't necessarily clear all the garbage. So as long as you can 1, counter everything they're throwing at their opener, and then 2, counter their combos back, there's not a lot of back and forth that goes along with it. And so 1, watching what their strategy is, seeing, okay, how high are they building their stack? Are they going for a T-spin? And that's when I'm listening, like, oh, do I hear the T-spin clicks? Like, then I need to like start clearing my lines and countering what they have. And so usually like in my builds, I have now typically gone to a 6-3, or like some variation of a 6-3, 7-2, 8-1. Which always leaves 1 line open, and I can always put a T-spin combo on top of that. So really what I'll do is I'll do a T-spin combo, then I'll drop a straight line. And then in the back of my head, if you learn the bag of Tetris, it's like a 7 bag, you can guess when your next piece is going to come. So in a typical game of Tetris for like lower ranks, I believe is like B's and D's, they'll focus on just trying to get a Tetris, like just dropping the straight line down and building a flat stack, which is important. That's a good fundamental. But when you start to learn T-spins, you have more opportunities to build attacks in. And so you're not only using the straight piece to attack, you're also using the T-piece to build those opportunities in. And when you start building with like T-spins and you start learning S-spins and Z-spins, you have more opportunities and ways to think about your stack. And yes, those have the technical side and learning the technicals, but you can then start to be more imaginative with how you're building your stack. And you can also get out of some crazy crap in Tetris. Like some of the crazy stuff is like you can just stack random pieces and you got to work your way around it. So then the other problem that you're trying to solve is, given the next 4 pieces, how do I build an attack? And so in the next 4 pieces, do I have a T piece or do I have a straight piece? Do I need to spend these next 5 pieces to continue building high, or to spend these next pieces building an attack out because I also see them going out? So yes, Tetrio, when you get really competitive and sweaty, it basically becomes a fighting game. But like any fighting game, you have to learn the techniques and the basic techniques. And I think as a fighting game, Tetris is a very easy entryway in. Like, you just sit and stack pieces. It's great. I'm a happy lad. We are going to stack and have a wonderful time. But when you start to get to the really, really competitive levels, you have to keep an eye out on a lot of other things. And like even in the S minus rank right now, I've beaten a couple of other S minuses. I haven't beaten S yet, but I can for the most part beat the A pluses now. And the S's are really, really difficult because they also just have like, there's just a technical advantage over what I can do. Like the technical advantage is they just work faster. And so that's something I have to work on, is like building speed, but also I have to work a day job and this is not my life. So Tetris the games. Let me see if I can pull something else up. 1 second. Let me put this away really quickly. My mind is too weak for I'm not automatically calculating all these things. Let me see. Tetrio ranking system. Yes, this is what I want. So the Tetrio ranking system. So originally when I was playing Tetris, I was here, and so it's like a 1st to 3. So now it's like a 1st to 5. So I can't actually sit and casually play Tetris anymore. Like if I'm gonna play a game of Tetrio, it's going to be at least 15 minutes of my life because I assume I'm not going to do a sweep. I'm probably going to win, okay, maybe like 10 minutes a game if each game is 2 minutes. But also, I'm like the top 30% now, which is kind of cool. But like I can't just sit and play a casual game anymore. And so it's like I don't know. This is how the league players feel. Like it's frustrating. Also, whether you all know it or not, the meta for Tetris does change. Like they change these numbers. They change these numbers occasionally because at one point the meta was a 4-wide. The 4-wide was the Tetris meta because it worked really well. But then they nerfed the back-to-back combos, so 4-wides weren't as effective. Also, it's really easy to counter a 4-wide depending on how it's built. If you build the 4-wide as a middle 4-wide, it's a little bit more difficult to counter. But if you build the 4-wide only on one side, it's super easy. You basically wait for them to build their stack up and then you T-spin them. And then you'd be like, T-spin nerds. Sorry, but yes, I am thoroughly enjoying Tetris. I will probably give you all more Tetris streams because this is like, look, if there are other Tetris streams, yes, Tetris has a meta. And the 4-wide meta was very, very annoying. I 100% agree, and I'm glad they nerfed it. But like, I feel like for most guy streamers, or like any streamer, they all have that one sweaty game. Most people, it's like Overwatch, League, but then like for me it's Tetris because I can't aim for my life. And this is like a different kind of technical skill. Like I don't have to be good at tank or like good at FPSs. Like this is just, I play the game and I have a good time. And I also do find it relaxing. Like I cannot relax playing League, Apex, Overwatch. Like no, it's infuriating. It's infuriating. Like, Tetrio has the same kind of single player relaxation that I get when I'm like cycling. Like I just sit and focus on myself and like I vibe. But yeah, Tetris is very, very like, you can't, like if I want to get sweaty, I can. People also have very, very differing opinions on like what platform of Tetris to use. So earlier you saw me using Jstris to play, and Jstris is like the I don't think it's super sweaty, but it's a good practice place. I hate that half of the technical Zhuni says my mind is so dirty it gets the wrong way. Wait. Like, what do you mean? Like a 4-wide? Like a 6-3? Please tell me more. You can relax. Yeah, okay. I do enjoy Apex. I think Ayla and I had mentioned it earlier. We had played Apex at the beginning. And we were so bad at it. We were just head empty running away, like can't aim. But I think I don't know. I feel like I should do a collab stream with some people and play Apex and be like, I am not good, but we're here for a good time. Because like it can be a good time. Just running around, try to shoot people, you know, we're doing our best. But in Tetrio, we are just doing what we can. So yeah, I am now officially an S- rank. I'm still stuck on the fact that you can somehow nerf Tetris. Okay, so the way that they nerf Tetris. Do you remember this combo table that I showed you? Remember how that particular combos can do send a particular amount of lines. So 4-wide, the strategy, let me just make a 4-wide for you all really fast. 1 second. Let me get a 4-wide set for you. Oh man. How do I do this? Let me get Tetris up. I'll show you a 4-wide really fast, and we will move on. Tetrio. Okay, that works. Okay, that doesn't work. Tetrio. Transition. Okay. All right. Let's talk Tetris meta. Let me show you a 4-wide. Okay. So this is a clear board. This is the stack that I'm talking about. A 4 wide will look like this. Do you see how on the right side of the board, I have left literally 4 spaces on the right open? That is a 4 wide because it is literally 4 pieces wide. And so the combo that I'm going to pull from this will look like this. That's 1 combo, 2 combos, 3 combos, 4 combos, 5 combos, 6 combos, and we're going to kill it here. That's 7 combos in a row. And so the 4 wide, you just continue building it back up. Let me clear this out. One more. So then we'll go back to building. There, and that's another seven thing combo. So the reason why that's not helpful is when you are stacking your 4 wide, let me build this up. When you're stacking your 4 wide tall, you can easily get quote unquote spiked. Oopsies, that's not what I wanted. We'll leave that as a T-spin for later, to combo out of that. So let me just, as you can see right now, I am building the stack way too high. I just want that T-spin. You go down here. I need to stop clearing lines. So if I build my stack like this, right? And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to go for a crazy god dang thing. But basically all the other person needs to do to knock you out is send you like 1 T-spin. If they send you 1 T-spin, this whole thing comes falling down. So the counter to that strat, yes, there are counters, that's not it. That's not it. The counter to that is doing, I don't know if I can do it. Oh my God. You're dumb. The counter to that is building this. And this is the 4 wide, except this is now a different variation on it, which is the 4 wide down the middle. And so the 4 wide down the middle is essentially the same thing, but you get a different kind of, you get more options in the middle. And so because of the options that you have in the middle is, the middle option is like you can't get spiked as easily. So if you wanted to pull a 6-3, like my 6-3 that I usually do, so if I were to just start a game of Tetris, I would go here, here, here. This is the Pelican opening, so this would send decent amounts of garbage. And if I saw that they were trying to spike me early, I would drop that down. We'll clear this out more, and then let me just clear this here, and so I can get my stack started. So you can see here, like, I've started opening up my middle. So I like doing this a lot. Like this is my favorite because I can use these pieces over here to be able to build my stack. And so we'll just counter there. And so I can just keep cleaning up like this. Like that doesn't look good, but again, I can add my T-spin in there later and combo out of it. And so this is not like a typical, this is a, what is it? I don't know. This is a 9-1-8-8-1. So yes. Anyhow, there are strats to this. We can do a game. We can do one game and then I'm going to end stream. Actually, we can go through my replays. Let me watch my replays. Let's watch a Tetra League replay. So I just played this person, right? I've also been watching my replays more. Let's watch a game where I win and then watch a game where I don't win. So going here, I will like walk you through step by step. So I see this stack and I'm going to do a Pelican because this is my go-to. This is our first round or second round. And I won the first game, so I'm feeling pretty good. So I'll open up with the Pelican. Now over here, if we go back a little bit, he's going for a T-spin opening right here. He's going for a flat T-spin opening. And you can see he's leaving this square here, but I don't know if that's a mistake or not. That was a mistake. He screwed up. So you can see also, I think he waited a bit. I think he saw that I dropped this T-spin. And so also notice he's having a bit of trouble trying to clear lines out. I set up another T-spin ready to go here. He's trying to clear his lines. He's not able to clear his lines. I'm trying to figure out, the hesitation here is I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be doing right now. I'm not sure if I should be clearing lines or if I should be building up. And if I'm trying to build up, I'm not sure exactly, should I be building on this side, like what am I building right here? I need to figure out what's going on. I have not looked at his stack during this playthrough. So yes, I'm basically like, okay, what do I do? I hear him beeping. So I'm like, what am I going to build? So here you can see I started doing the 6-3. So on the right, I have 6 pieces. On the left, I have 3 pieces. I have this open one in the middle. You will see that I will combo him out of this. I will take him out with a T-spin into a straight Tetris. Or not. There. So going back a little bit, you can see that right here. I cleared my stack. Can you see both? Yes, you can see both screens in a match. This is what the match looks like. So in here, you can see that I am ready to flatten my stack out by using this this L piece, J piece. I dropped the J piece, and this red piece, you would typically be like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? But I'm going to drop it right over on this side because I can then drop this T piece in here. And so then this sets you up for a nice T-spin. And you can see on this side, he's still trying to get down to this middle piece. He's still just trying to clear. It's a good thing to not look at their stack. No, you do want to look at their stack. You want to see, when I say it's a good thing to not look at their stack, so you want to look at what's happening on their board. So when I say stack and board, this is the stack over here. This is the board. When I'm looking at the stack, I want to see what's here. If you are fast enough and if you have enough brain capacity, you can see their stack and you can guess what they're going to do next. Like, this is basically like chess. Basically, if I were this person right now, what I would do, if I had time to pause, I would put that piece right there. I would switch to the red, drop that there. The orange piece I can then clear here. Then I can use this blue piece and drop it down the middle and clear. And we'll see if that's what they do. But I don't know. Oh, they will last a little bit. This is very early on in the game still. So I send over the T piece. And so what they did was they put the T piece over here instead of flattening out there because they didn't want to cover this hole here. And so then I'm guessing he's going to drop that and clear this line. And now he has room. Exactly what we had talked about. And he can clear that. So you can see when he clears, that's too much for me. Like, yeah, I can barely keep track of my own stack. I'm not doing that in game. I'm just listening and trying to see, like, if I hear them beeping or like if I hear them struggling, I'm not looking at their stack. Absolutely not. I'm not that good. And I don't think half of Tetris players are doing that. But like, again, I play Tetris. I don't play head empty, but I do have to think a little bit. And so you can see here, like, and this well that I have, this open well, I didn't cover, like, I left it oddly open so I can put a T piece in there. And I'm very lucky, even though I didn't plan this, I'm very lucky that I have this T piece ready to come in. So I think the challenge is what I'm going to do with this piece. So I get the T-spin, and then I have that center build all set to go again. And then I'm now just clearing garbage. Like, the priority here is just to clear so I have some safety. We're basically neck and neck at this point. So again, the goal at this point is just to clear garbage, and that was not the best decision. That was an okay decision. And we are back at the bottom. So this is, okay. When we got to here, this is terrible. You should not have this kind of. I have 2 eye dependencies, and so yeah, the 2. You never want this kind of build first off because the likelihood of you receiving a back-to-back eye piece is incredibly low, and I am requiring 2 eye pieces to make this work. If I ever see something like this open up, I'm going to close off much earlier. Also, good. Oh my gosh. Have a good 4 a.m. shift, Isaac. But basically, if I have something like this, I feel like this is a loss on my end. Like I'm going to lose. And seeing how this is working out, he's got a bunch of opportunities for very easy clears as long as he sets himself up well. That was a fuck up. I messed up really, really bad. This should not have gone here. This is a complete mistake. I thought I was going to lose after that. I don't know how Oh, he messed up. So he had an opportunity here for a T-spin. If he could have dropped this eyepiece over here and made a T-spin over there. I'm very lucky he didn't do that. And so I finally cleared that. That took forever, but he got that T-spin in there. I don't know how I pulled this game together. I actually don't know what I did to make this all work because, oh, I got lucky. I got very lucky. I got so lucky. I shouldn't have put that there. That's what should have happened. Yes. So he's clearing. So going back a little bit on his play. So he has this really interesting ridge thing going on. This ridge thing is actually incredibly annoying for Tetris. It is possible to make this do T-spins and stuff, but it's really, really difficult. So you generally, the T-piece is what you use to flatten these out. So when we're saying flatten the stack, you're trying to avoid stuff that looks like this, stuff that looks like this. And the best way to fix this kind is to get a T-piece and just drop it in there and flatten it out. And so the other pieces when you're building your stacks, I don't actively think about this, but generally when I'm playing now, I intuitively, I guess, know which pieces need to go where to make it as flat as possible. I still don't do a great job. And when you watch the really good Tetris players, they know exactly how to do it. And this is when knowing how to do J spins, L spins, Z spins, S spins, to like making them work. There's just, no, you're totally fine. This is a very fun hobby. Yeah, that's the thing. Like those punishes, the punishes are the worst and it's hard to fix them. And that's like a control. That's quote unquote finesse. And also I do enjoy explaining these things. Part of what I love to do is make things that are unclear clear. It's why I love the teaching profession. It just makes, like, when you can explain something well and make it understandable to someone, it's just a lot more fun to engage and chat with other human beings. Oh, so the spins. This is a J piece. This is an L piece. And the reason why they're called J spins and L spins is the reason why they're called T-spins in general. Like anything with a spin on it is basically, can I shove this piece where it should not belong? That's all a spin is. Like, should this piece actually go in here? No, but if you spin it, can you shove it in there? Yes. And so when anyone says anything about a J spin, Z spin, S spin, L spin, even an I spin, it's basically, can I shove this piece in here? And for the most part, you can get the piece to shove in, but you do have to know some of the technical pieces of Tetris to know what buttons you have to push. It's basically like, do you know how to dash dance in Smash? Do you know when to cancel? Like, do you know what your hitbox is? Do you know what your, do you know how to cancel something out so you can go into another combo for Smash? That's the equivalent of it. And it's just a lot easier in Tetris. So going back to this game, we do see that he's dropping an O piece. We have a clear, basically he's trying to set up right now to just clear. Very slowly, he's working on it. They're working on it. And that's the knockout. So the knockout at the end, I don't think, what did we do for knockout? What did we do for knockout? So my knockout was basically, it was nothing. I just wanted to clear my lines. Yeah, I'm new and I didn't know you were a teacher, but I can totally see it. And I think, yeah, thank you, Nori. Yeah, I'll be teaching I teach at a college level. I'll also be teaching some middle schoolers, some speech classes. We'll see how that goes. You all will know. But we can also go and check out a game where I lose because it's also important to show that I lose and get my butt kicked. So Dr. Barrow, he murdered me. Dr. Barrow was scary to play against. He was an S. He kicked. So just looking at these stats, PPS, I'm pretty sure is points per piece. PPS acronym Tetrio. PPS What defines being good at Tetris? A PPO is pieces per second. So being is this a free? Yeah. It's a totally free game. You can also just like watch people, but just notice the pieces per second. He has 1.89. This guy is just legitimately faster than me. So like he has 1.89 pieces per second. I have 1 piece per second. That's a lot of pieces per second. I just don't go that fast. So if you watch his is literally, I am just better than you. APM, let me look that one up really fast. APM Tetrio. APM is the attacks per minute. So if you go back to this, like I sent 10 attacks per minute. That's 53 attacks per minute. That's a lot of attacks per minute. VS, I don't know what it stands for. Let me look that up really fast. VS Tetrio. What is VS in Tetrio? Oh, it's how well they did. So this is basically like your chess score. Yeah, you teach in college. Yeah. You can technically call me a professor, but you can't call me a doctor yet. We're working on that. A doctor is a work in progress. But so the VS, I just played poorly. I played poorly all of these games. And I have very low pieces per second, but also that's not unique. Like if you look at this, I'm at 1.2 here. He's at 1.7. We're like on the same page. Dr. Barrow is like a completely different world. Like he's really fast. Stabby Boy, this was a rough game. I played pretty well as my VS shows. He didn't play as well. These were rough games. Like even though this is a 5-0 win, these were close 5-0s. He was very, very close in all of his playthrough. But if you want someone faster, let's look at Dr. Barrow at 1.89. Oh, let's watch this one. This one's a 1.88, but he has a 90 over here. These games end very, very quickly. So one, I think I pull a Pelican here. No, I don't. Okay, I remember why in this game. I stopped pulling the Pelican on this game because I realized if I built my stack high, this dude's just gonna murder me, and there's no point in building a high stack. So I went really low. And then I forgot that wasn't gonna do a T-spin. Like that's not gonna get me my combo, and then I screwed up there. And also just notice Dr. Barrow is not doing any T-spins. Dr. Barrow is just like, screw you, we're just gonna build a tall stack, and I'm pretty sure he just saw that I messed up. So he's basically just gonna go, he saved his eyepiece here. He's just gonna knock me out with eyepieces, I think. Yeah, that was a back-to-back eye. And you can see the back-to-back eyes do damage. So much damage, that hurt. The benefit of playing like this is you can go a lot faster. Like it's just faster gameplay. And you know exactly what you're doing. You don't have to do as much thinking. You just drop. And there it is. So his thing was, he's just going to do back-to-back eye spins on, or eye drop, like eye clear. Back-to-back Tetrises. And I'm pretty sure that's what he did in both games. Like they're just back-to-back Tetrises. I'm pretty sure is what he did. Like I was thinking what kind of combo I should do here. And so I try to do this open, which is a pretty common open. But in the time that I'm even able to build something, he's going to combo me out. Like he's got his 2 eyepieces right there to drop. Like those back-to-backs already did damage. I'm going incredibly slow. I messed up and misdropped and I hurt my soul, and that's game for me. Like he didn't even have to T-spin. So like even doing T-spins, you can T-spin, it can help, but it doesn't help if you're just fast. Like it's a technical thing, but it's just fast. No thinking, just back-to-back. Yeah. That's a good strategy though. Like it works. If you can get to S rank just by dropping, like I'm pretty sure he's gonna do the same thing here. Yeah, this is the exact same thing. He's just building up his stack. And given if I were faster, I could have countered him. Like I did do this, but he also just did not, he didn't panic at all. Like he was just like, nah, bro, we're just drop this here for you. And so at this last game, I really tried to focus on surviving and just making sure that I could build a low stack and defend against anything. But clearly he just T-spinned on my butt. And so then at this point I freaked out and I was like, I guess we're done. GG. Because I was just trying to clear. Because this man is going to crush me. Which, this was closer. I think I picked the wrong strategy too late. Yeah, I could have won. I could have won this one. But how did he come back? How did he come back from this? How did he win this? Because this was winnable. This was winnable. Oh, that's why. This is what happened. This right here. I miscalculated my T-spin and I misdropped. I could have won this. If I got that drop right there, I would have had my back-to-back T-spin and I would have won. I would have cleared right here. I would have survived one game. And so the strategy that I pulled here is keeping a low stack and just clearing stuff out. That was absolutely the strat. I could have won. I didn't switch strategies early enough. And because of that misdrop right there, it really costed me the whole game. Because he just cleared at that point. And I couldn't do anything. I was helpless. He just destroyed me. He didn't actually just destroy me though. He had to work for this one. No, he didn't. He's doing his back-to-back right. Oh my God, this man. The audacity of this man. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it for me. Oh my God. So anyhow, that is so like, yes, T-spin is helpful, but it can slow you down. Going like straight just back-to-back Tetrises is also good. One of the strategies that I heard from like Tetris coaches who are training people was like for people who are like B or C rank, just learning how to do back-to-back Tetrises really quickly is a really, really like a simple way to do it. But the difference is they're usually on 2+. Holy moly, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna actually practice just trying to go faster. Yes. So anyhow, that is everything with this. I have nothing else for today. I have exhausted all my Tetrio content. So yeah, that's it. We will have an actual Tetris stream one day when I plan it. But I'm gonna end stream a little bit early because one, I have to work on some stuff because I forgot about events happening later this month. Later this week, really. And also I need to make sure I can get stuff ready with Ayla for Pal World and some other stuff. So, with all that, that's all I have. I appreciate your time and energy for being here. I just talked half an hour of Tetris. Well, never met a genuine Professor VTuber. There's a first. Oh, I didn't. Sorry. Like, I'm sorry. When I say I'm a VTubing academic, I'm legitimately an academic. Like, not a joke. I teach classes. I still do research. I publish papers. Like, I actually do research. Like, it's the lore was not a joke. When I say I'm an academic and I say I just work here, okay, I just work here is a thing, but I do the research and I do teach classes, which is why I have such shorter streams. But yeah. So with all of that, that was a lot of Tetris talk. But hopefully it was mildly interesting, and the next time you watch a game of Tetris, you at least know what's going on. Again, the reason why I enjoy these kinds of analyses and understanding things better is you can really appreciate it. Like, I don't play Smash at a competitive level, but when I watch Smash, I know that they're doing some really, really hard stuff, and it gives me a finer appreciation for what they do. With like Genshin, with learning the mechanics of Genshin, it's a hard game. It is mildly challenging at times. And god dang, people work hard for their free pulls. But I can appreciate that much better now. So I will be working on some other stuff. I have to head out a bit earlier. But I will catch you all later because tomorrow we will have our short on waffles coming out. So thank you, editor. The editor was chilling in here earlier. So if you haven't given him a follow, please do give him a follow. He does some great work. Yes, I'm not sure if he wants to say who he is. If you would like to, you can. But our editor does some good work. Please clip things. I'm clipping things now. I'm trying to streamline that. No, thank you all. I appreciate it. I thank you all for your time and energy. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I think, oh my God, we got to raid someone. My apologies. Let me switch scenes really quickly. All right. Who are we going to raid? Um, we could always raid a Tetrio streamer. We love Tetris. Oh. Eno is streaming. Nova's streaming. Oh my god, why are so many people streaming? Good lord. We are going to raid. Oh my god, there are so many people. Why? It's Tuesday night. Why are people here on a Tuesday night? Okay, we have options. Yeah, I think. Not yet. Okay, so you know what? I think. Have we rated Mino yet? I don't know if we've rated her. I think I've rated her once or twice. I've been watching her a lot more during the day. Oh, there's karaoke as well. I am indecisive. Junie needs to decide really quickly. Let's raid. Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm decisive. Stop it. I can decide. I can decide. I am fully capable of deciding and making sure we figure something out. We will go ahead and and then we'll raid Mino. Okie dokie. Vertical. Actually, yeah, we'll raid Mino. Okay. No worries. Thank you all for your time and energy. Schrodinger's raid, really though. We are raiding Mina. She's currently drawing. She does a lot of, I forgot what the game's called, but it's like this driving thing. Where you just like drive. I forgot what it is. She's also played some Tetris. She participated in streamer, the streamer lab thing. So I'd love to play Tetris with her sometime and help her out. But that's all I have. I appreciate your time and energy. I will catch you all later while I go work on some other content. But we'll have our short out tomorrow, and we will try cranking out more shorts and getting out some other quote-unquote content for particular events that are happening at the end of this week. That is all I have for you all. Thank you all for your time and energy. I am leaving. Goodbye. Oh, Junie, my bad. Oh, Junie.